What if I told you there's a country in Europe where people want to both live and dream? They literally burn money to stay warm. Where 60% of adults are overweight, yet they live longer than Americans, and where the government pays you to take vacations. You might think I'm describing some fictional place, but I'm talking about Austria. A country that will completely shatter every assumption you have about European life. Vienna has achieved something unprecedented in urban planning. It was named the world's most livable city by both Mercer and the Economist Intelligence Unit, a record 11 times, most recently in 2024. The city consistently outperforms major global cities. The metrics supporting this ranking are genuinely impressive. Political stability, exceptional public health care, world-class education, extremely low crime rates, and public transportation so reliable you can set your watch by it. Vienna even provides free public services that most cities charge for, like solar-powered drinking water stations and public weight scales. There was actually a time when Austrians literally burned their money to stay warm. After World War I, Austria was forced to pay massive war reparations totaling 132 billion gold marks, equivalent to over $500 billion in today's money, according to the Austrian National Bank. The government's solution was to print endless amounts of money, which led to hyperinflation so severe that Austrian currency became essentially worthless. During the brutal winter of 1922 to 1923, heating fuel was so expensive that families discovered it was actually cheaper to burn banknotes than to buy firewood. This traumatic experience shaped Austrian attitudes toward money and government spending that persist today. It's why modern Austria has some of the most conservative fiscal policies in Europe, yet paradoxically, they've created one of the world's most generous social welfare systems. The government learned that financial stability isn't just about having money, it's about ensuring that money retains its value and meaning. If you lived in Austria back then, would you have burned your money to stay warm? Let us know in the comments. In most Western countries, homeownership is seen as the ultimate sign of financial success and stability. But Austria completely flips this concept on its head. According to the latest Austrian statistics data from 2024, over 45% of Austrians rent their homes, and in major cities like Vienna, this number jumps to an astounding 80%. With an average annual income of $59,000 according to Forbes' 2024 ranking of richest countries, Austrians have plenty of purchasing power. The real reason is far more sophisticated. The government strictly controls rent increases, provides extensive social housing programs called Gemeindebauten, and laws heavily favor renters over landlords. Leases can be renewed indefinitely, and landlords cannot terminate them without serious legal justification. The result is incredible housing stability. According to the Austrian Federal Ministry for Climate Action, many Austrian families live in the same rented apartment for 30 to 40 years, and even pass their lease agreements to their children. They get all the benefits of housing stability without the financial risks and maintenance responsibilities of homeownership. Friend, during this 5-second pause, please support us by liking the video, subscribing to our channel, and turning on notifications. Thank you. Best of followers. According to the latest World Health Organization data from 2024, Austria has the highest obesity rate in the entire European Union, with nearly 60% of adults being overweight or obese. That means 3 out of every 5 Austrian adults have weight issues. Despite this alarming statistic, Austrians live an average of 82.1 years, significantly longer than Americans at 78.9 years, according to the OECD Health Statistics 2024. How is this even possible? While Austrians indulge in rich foods like Sachertorte and Wiener Schnitzel, they have completely free universal health care with no medical bills whatsoever. Austria was also the first country in Europe to implement nationwide eco-friendly hospitals that use renewable energy and focus on preventive care rather than just treating illness. Plus, their cities are designed for active living. Vienna alone has over 50% of its area designated as parks and urban forests, encouraging daily movement. The combination of stress-free healthcare access, clean air quality, and built-in physical activity in daily life apparently trumps the negative effects of their love for rich foods. While most countries barely guarantee vacation time, Austria takes it to an entirely different level. Austrian workers receive something called Urlaubsgeld, which is literally vacation money from the government, equivalent to 30 to 15% of their monthly salary. According to the Austrian Federal Economic Chamber, this isn't a loan or benefit you have to pay back. It's essentially free money specifically designated for you to enjoy your time off. A typical Austrian worker earning 3,000 euros per month receives an additional 400 to 450 euros just for taking vacation. But it gets even better. Austrian workers are entitled to a minimum of 25 paid vacation days per year, compared to 0 guaranteed paid vacation days in the United States. Many Austrian companies provide even more, with the average being 28 to 30 days, according to Eurostat 2024 employment data. The government believes that well-rested, stress-free citizens are more productive and contribute more to society. And the statistics prove them right. Austria consistently ranks in the top 10 for worker productivity in Europe, despite giving workers significantly more time off than most other countries. In your opinion, what's the ideal number of vacation days in a year? Comment your number below. Vienna isn't just called the music capital of the world for show. According to the Vienna State Opera's official statistics, the city hosts over 15,000 concerts per year. That's more than 40 concerts every single day. But here's what's truly unbelievable. You can attend a world-class opera performance at the famous Vienna State Opera for as little as 4 euros. That's cheaper than a cappuccino in central Vienna, which costs around 5 euros. These standing room tickets, called Stehplätze, give you access to the same performances that VIPs pay hundreds of euros to attend. According to the Austrian Federal Ministry for Arts, Culture, the Civil Service, and Sport, this pricing structure is intentionally designed to make high culture accessible to everyone, not just the wealthy elite. Young Austrians regularly attend opera, ballet, and classical concerts as casually as people in other countries go to movies. The result? Austria has one of the highest rates of musical literacy in the world, with most Austrian adults able to play at least one instrument according to European Cultural Statistics 2024. Austria has one of the highest rates of single women in Europe, particularly among educated professionals aged 25 to 40, yet it also has one of the highest rates of international marriages. According to Eurostat's 2024 demographic report, Austrian women are marrying later than almost any other nationality in Europe, with the average marriage age now at 31.2 years. But when they do marry, 34% choose partners from other countries, one of the highest cross-cultural marriage rates in the world. Austrian women have developed a reputation for being reserved and difficult to approach, which many visitors interpret as coldness. But it's a cultural approach to relationships that prioritizes authenticity over superficial charm. Austrian women spend an average of 3.2 years getting to know someone before considering marriage, compared to 1.8 years for American women, according to relationship research by the Austrian Institute of Demography. They're not looking for quick connections or flashy romance. They want deep compatibility and genuine partnership. Marriage rates between Austrian women and men from the Balkans, Turkey, the United States, and even Japan have increased by 45% over the past decade. The economic independence of Austrian women plays a huge role in this trend. With 68% of Austrian women working full-time and earning competitive salaries, they don't need marriage for financial security. They choose relationships based on emotional and intellectual compatibility rather than economic necessity. Austria is home to Red Bull, the world's most famous energy drink company, founded by Austrian entrepreneur Dietrich Mateschitz in 1987. According to Red Bull's annual report, the company sold over 12 billion cans worldwide in 2024 and sponsors everything from Formula One racing to extreme sports. Yet Austria maintains some of Europe's strictest regulations on energy drink consumption. According to the Austrian Agency for Health and Food Safety, energy drinks cannot be sold to minors under 16, must carry prominent health warnings, and are banned from school vending machines throughout the country. The Austrian government also funds extensive research into energy drink health effects through the Austrian Science Fund. Their 2024 studies show that while moderate consumption isn't harmful for adults, The Austrian approach prioritizes long-term public health over short-term commercial interests. They'll create global brands and profit from international markets, but they'll carefully regulate those same products within their own borders to protect their citizens' well-being. Every July and September, the small Austrian town of Klagenfurt and Wörthersee becomes one of the most visually spectacular places on Earth. The World Body Painting Festival attracts over 300 artists from 50 countries and draws 30,000 to 40,000 visitors annually, according to the festival's official attendance records. What makes this event extraordinary isn't just the artistic quality, but how a conservative alpine town embraces something so unconventional. According to the Klagenfurt Tourism Board, local businesses report their highest revenue of the year during the festival, and hotels are booked solid months in advance. The 2024 festival theme, The Power of Symbols, A Cultural Journey, produced artwork that defied belief. Artists created glowing dragons that moved with dancers' bodies, 3D world maps that lit up under UV lights, and optical illusions that seemed to reshape human anatomy. The festival also runs a 5-day creative academy where visitors can learn professional body painting techniques. Despite their reputation for formality and tradition, Austrians enthusiastically support artistic expression that pushes boundaries. The festival proves that beneath Austria's conservative surface lies a deep appreciation for creativity and human artistic potential. Vienna alone has over 50 dedicated classical music venues, from the world-famous Vienna State Opera to intimate chamber music halls. According to the Austrian Federal Ministry for Arts and Culture, Austria has approximately one classical music venue for every 1,800 residents, the highest ratio in the world. But the truly remarkable fact isn't the quantity, it's how these venues remain financially viable. The Austrian government provides substantial subsidies, ensuring ticket prices remain accessible to ordinary citizens, not just wealthy tourists. According to the Vienna Philharmonic's annual report, 60% of their audience consists of Austrian residents, not international visitors. This creates a unique cultural ecosystem where world-class musicians perform for knowledgeable local audiences who understand and appreciate musical nuance. Young Austrian musicians grow up hearing the Vienna Philharmonic regularly, creating incredibly high standards for musical education and performance. The economic impact is substantial too. According to Tourism Austria's 2024 data, music tourism generates over 2 billion euros annually, with visitors specifically traveling to Austria for musical experiences they cannot find anywhere else in the world. Austria's entire public transportation system operates largely on trust. According to Wiener Linien, Vienna's public transport operator, there are no turnstiles or barriers at most metro stations. Passengers buy tickets and validate them without any physical oversight. The system seems designed for abuse, yet it works remarkably well. According to Austrian Federal Railways data from 2024, fare evasion rates remain below 3%. Far lower than cities with extensive barrier systems. Random inspections by plainclothed controllers, combined with hefty fines for violations, maintain compliance without creating an atmosphere of suspicion. This honor system reflects deeper Austrian social values about civic responsibility and collective trust. According to a Vienna University of Technology study, the psychological effect of being trusted encourages honest behavior, creating a positive cycle that reinforces social cooperation. The practical benefits are enormous: reduced infrastructure costs, faster boarding times, and a more pleasant travel experience for honest passengers. It's a perfect example of how Austrian society prioritizes social cohesion over paranoid security measures. This might completely change how you think about European beauty standards. Austrian women have developed what beauty researchers call reserved elegance, a look that's almost the opposite of the bold, attention-seeking styles popular on social media. According to a 2024 study by the Vienna Institute of Demography, Austrian women deliberately cultivate what they call quiet confidence. Unlike the vibrant, expressive styles common in Southern Europe, Austrian women prefer understated makeup, natural hair colors, and clothing that suggests wealth without being flashy. But here's what's fascinating. This reserved approach actually makes them stand out more in our attention-saturated world. Travel bloggers and international dating sites consistently rank Austrian women among Europe's most attractive. Not because they're trying to impress, but because they're completely comfortable being themselves. The statistics support this uniqueness. According to Eurostat's 2024 social survey, Austrian women spend 40% less on cosmetics than the EU average. Yet Austria has one of Europe's highest rates of international marriage proposals. Their approach proves that authentic confidence is more attractive than expensive beauty routines. When Austrians retire, they don't just stop working. They can register as full-time volunteers and receive tax benefits as incentives for staying active. According to the Austrian Federal Ministry of Social Affairs, over 45% of Austrian retirees participate in structured volunteer programs. Austrian retirees contribute an estimated 2.8 billion euros worth of services annually through volunteer work. They staff museums, mentor young entrepreneurs, maintain hiking trails, and even provide specialized consulting services to small businesses. The program addresses what gerontologists call retirement depression, the sense of uselessness many people feel when leaving careers. Austrian retirees report higher life satisfaction scores than their counterparts in countries without structured volunteer systems. According to the European Social Survey, 2024, what's remarkable is how this creates intergenerational cooperation. Young Austrians work alongside volunteer retirees, creating knowledge transfer that benefits both groups. It's a perfect example of how Austria thinks systematically about social challenges, rather than just letting problems develop naturally. Most people know Austria for classical music and mountains, but according to Austrian Trade Commission data, the country produces luxury brands that dominate global markets in surprising categories. Swarovski crystal, for example, isn't just Austrian. It controls over 30% of the global crystal market and supplies crystals for luxury fashion brands worldwide. According to Swarovski's 2024 annual report, their crystals appear in everything from Chanel haute couture to smartphone cameras. Spar supermarkets, now operating in 48 countries, started as a small Austrian grocery cooperative in 1954. According to Spar International's data, they now generate over 40 billion euros in annual revenue globally while maintaining their Austrian headquarters. But the most surprising Austrian global success might be in technology. Austrian companies lead European markets in specialized manufacturing equipment, environmental technology, and precision instruments that most consumers never see but depend on daily. Red Bull alone generates over 7 billion euros annually and has created an entire industry of energy drinks, extreme sports marketing, and lifestyle branding that started from a single Austrian entrepreneur's idea. The final and perhaps most profound fact about Austrian life is how they've solved what philosophers call the paradox of choice, while creating genuine life satisfaction that goes far beyond material comfort. Austria ranks 14th in the United Nations World Happiness Report 2024, ahead of the United States at 23rd and France at 27th. But Austrian happiness isn't based on excitement or achievement. It's based on something they call Gemütlichkeit, a concept that roughly translates to cozy contentment, but encompasses much more. Austrians have consciously chosen to prioritize life satisfaction over material accumulation or professional achievement. The average Austrian changes careers only 1.7 times during their working life, compared to 4.2 times for Americans, reflecting a preference for stability and mastery over constant reinvention. Austrian culture celebrates what they call the art of enough. Rather than always striving for more money, bigger houses, or higher status, Austrians focus on optimizing what they have. This isn't complacency, it's a sophisticated understanding of what actually creates life satisfaction. The Austrian concept of time is fundamentally different from other cultures. They distinguish between clock time, which governs work and appointments, and lifetime, which is for relationships, reflection, and personal growth. Austrians protect their lifetime fiercely, viewing it as equally important as productive time. Austrian social rituals reinforce community bonds and personal well-being. So there you have it, 15 absolutely mind-blowing facts about Austria that completely challenge everything you thought you knew about this small Alpine nation. If you found these facts as fascinating as I did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more incredible discoveries about the world's most remarkable countries. In the comments below, let me know which fact surprised you the most, and tell me, after learning all of this, would you consider visiting or even moving to Austria? I read every single comment and love hearing about your thoughts and experiences. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. I hope you enjoyed it. Your support truly means the world. Wishing you the best of luck. We are so glad you are with us today. Please leave a comment, like the video to support us, and subscribe for more videos. See you soon.